Okay, we're on to water rights. Water rights vary across the country. We have a few different styles of water rights available in the United States. Every state has slightly different twist to their water rights laws. This particular state works like most western states work. Originally, the idea with water was that they want to maintain stream quality and quantity. That was called riparian rights, the first one on your handout there. Riparian rights, maintain quality and quantity. In other words, the water ran down the stream, and of course we're basically talking surface rights here, surface water. We do not want to necessarily consume that water except for domestic and livestock use. Now we're talking back in the 1700s here. They didn't have irrigation back then, effective irrigation. And this is Eastern water law. Most of, this was essentially developed on the eastern seaboard, where they had summer rain and the ability to grow crops without irrigation of a wide variety. And the theory there was maintain also the quality of the water. Do not pollute it. Well, you know what happened. That was a joke. It didn't take them very long when the industrialization of America hit, that instantly the best way to do a lot of the processes in mass producing product was to use water and contaminate the water and just dump it back in the river. Plus, as they got big cities, they developed sewer systems and they just dumped the sewerage right in the river. Got rid of it. Well, in no time at all, we managed to take a pretty clean water supply and made it a total mess. And so the states developed this riparian law which says, hey, you have to clean up your messes. And over time, that has progressively improved in the industrialized and heavily metropolitan areas of the country, where the Clean Water Acts went into being, and they have really done a good job of cleaning up the water. I'm not sure I'd want to swim in most of those rivers. I'm not sure you'd want to eat a lot of the fish that comes out of some of them yet, but they're getting way better than they used to be. The other law was in the West. When the West was developed, starting in the middle 1800s, people realized that we have an awfully dry summer in the West. The only way to grow crops through the season is to be able to irrigate. And so they started developing these flood irrigation projects and established water rights off of these flood ditches. And the water rights was called prior appropriation. That's the second list there on your handout. And the basic concept behind prior appropriation is first in time, first in right. First in time, first in right. The person that claimed the water first got first use of it. Then the second guy that came along that claimed water, he was second, and so on. And so as the country was developed, those people that were here the longest had the best water rights. And if you came toward the tail end of the development of a valley, there wasn't any water left, so you couldn't get water rights. Even though you might have your farm right on the edge of the stream, it goes right by your crops, you cannot use it because you have a new water right, and people with older water rights have the right to that water.
But even if they sold it?
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to the idea of selling water rights.